Hey guys, welcome to Devin in Heaven. I'm about to do my first ever story time. This story is a doozy, okay? Like, I've told this story, I don't know, quite a lot of times to my friends, but even I don't believe it at this point. Like, fucking insane. So, little disclaimer, I don't mean to shit on the woman in this video. Like, I know that she's very sick. Like, obviously, you have to be going through this, but still, lady, you that shit crazy. Like, I'm surprised nobody else has made a story time about you. Anyway, okay, so little backstory. I had this boyfriend that I'd been dating for a little while. He was a little younger than me. I think I was almost 21 and he was like early 19 or something. He was about 2 years younger than me. And at one point, we'd probably been dating a while. Like, I don't know, I had been having some problems at home and things like that. So he offered, fucking Pikachu. So, so he offered to take me to Hawaii with his mother. And I was like, no, you're not gonna do that. Like, he's like, but do you want to go? Like, you have to tell me now. Like, do you want to go? I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to go, but like, you're not gonna fucking do that, right? Like, who does that? Like, duh, you're fucking 19. Like, what? Like, you're not taking me to Hawaii, like, obviously, but fuck. So I said yes, I guess, and then they did fucking buy me tickets to Hawaii. So they have been there for like, I don't know, a week or two or something like that at like some other area in Hawaii. I don't know, Honolulu or some shit. I forget where we were, some freaking resort somewhere else. And they were gonna fly in the same day that I was flying into Oahu or wherever the fuck we were. And fucking, so I get to the airport after like pretty long flight or whatever, flying out of San Francisco, and my boyfriend is there, but his mother is not. Like, and I'm like, oh no, like, fuck. And this lady like had been having problems before. Like, she barely leaves her room. All she does is like fucking drink tons of alcohol. Like, I know I'm drinking alcohol, but like this bitch like hoards like bottles and bottles and fucking gallons of fucking vodka, and it's just drinking them all the time, and it's just fucked up, like beyond fucked up, like beyond. And fucking, so I get there and yeah, she's not there. Like, and he's like, she was too drunk to get on the plane. Like, they wouldn't let her on the plane. I don't know. So I'm like, fuck. What do we like? We kind of need her like to like check into the resort and shit. Like, it was under her like I think she got the deal by like going to a timeshare meeting or whatever, and then she had to show up to that timeshare meeting. Otherwise, she was gonna have to pay the full like whatever $15,000 this freaking crazy ass trip cost. Otherwise, it was gonna be like, I don't know, five or something like that, like something a lot more reasonable. Anyway, so we're like, fuck. I guess, I mean, we have some money. Like, I guess we'll just fucking take a taxi to the fucking hotel. And so we do that, and it's like fucking over $100. It's like $130. We're just fucking some kids. So we're just like, I guess. And my boyfriend like has his, I don't know, has his mom's credit card and like the itinerary and all that shit. So he like goes and tries to like check in, but it was really only supposed to be two of them. Like, they were like supposedly like sneaking me in and making like a third person in like the two-person room or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so like I get there and like he wants me to go like up there with him, but I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I feel so uncomfortable. Like, I shouldn't even be here. Like, this is like, you must have finagled this in some kind of way, or like tricked your drunk ass mother, or like something to take me along. But I like don't feel right about it. I probably shouldn't have even come. So I like stayed outside like at the golf course or whatever at this fucking Hyatt resort, and I'm like smoking a cigarette, just being like. And then anyway, he like comes back and he fucking he like brings me in through this like side ass door or whatever, and I'm like, okay, so I guess we like check in, we put our shit in or whatever, and then we kind of go and play. I guess the whole place is like amazing. It's got a fucking zoo in it. It's got fucking like a water slide. It's got like three pools, tons of hot babes around. Like, this place is amazing. But like, I don't know. I still like kind of had a sneaking suspicion that something, not that things had already gone wrong, but that things were just gonna go downhill. And you know what? I was fucking right. I was very apt in that. So anyway, I guess she like eventually shows up, but she like shows up drunk. Like, well, like actually not that much later. Like probably like, oh, like 6 hours later or something like that. And fucking, she like goes in and I'm like, I don't know, we don't really see too much of her. She just kind of like, yeah, like in that like drunk ass, like, people like people who are really drunk and try not to like sound like they're drunk. They're like, oh yes, I am just going to go fucking read a book or some shit. Like, you children go have fun. Like, you have fun. And I'm like, bitch. Anyway, so like, I don't know, like, I don't mean to be like super rude. This lady did pay for my trip. Like, that's nice of her, but like, I knew she didn't want to. Let's be real here. And anyway, so, like, I don't know, we're kind of going through it, like, we do some fun stuff, like, I don't know, like, she buys me a bunch of alcohol, too, because, like, I wasn't 21 at the time, just so that I got, I could have fun and drink on my trip, too, and fucking, I don't know, like, I didn't mention this part, but, she has lupus, and she's also incontinent. I don't know if the two things are, like, combined, like, I know that most of you people probably only know what lupus is because Selena Gomez had it, but, like, I don't know, like, this lady had, like, lupus, which meant, like, her whole skin was, like, all rashed over or something like that. Like, I don't know, she couldn't go out in the sun, really. Like, when she did go out in the sun, she had to, like, wear, like, this, like, full coverage or whatever. And fucking, and she's incontinent, which means, like, she can't hold anything. So, like, every day, multiple times a day, this lady would piss and shit her bed, like, in our room. And then every single day, these freaking poor, freaking room attendant people or whatever are having to fucking come in there and clean it up and take care of it. And, like, every time, like, she's gone, like, she's out drinking or whatever, when, like, she calls it, it's just probably she's embarrassed or something. I would be, but, like, we were there, like, just kind of helping out because we're like, oh, I feel so fucking bad for these poor ladies. Like, they shouldn't have to fucking clean this up. Like, that, like, I know it's a shitty job, like a hotel, like, fucking room cleaner person, whatever, fucking maid service or whatever, but, like, this was some next level fuckery. Like, we cannot just leave them to do this on our own. And fucking the entire time they were like, is this, like, your mother? Like, I'm so, like, they, like, found, like, bottles of alcohol and all, like, the other shit that she had. Like, I don't really want to talk about that too much, but, like, yeah, she was, like, mixing prescription drugs and alcohol. I'm sure the prescription drugs, like, really were prescribed, but, like, obviously you can't mix those with tons of alcohol, like, you're gonna fucking die. But, like, anyway, they found her shit or whatever, and they, like, were cleaning up the things, and they're, like, kind of giving us so much pity, like, I'm so sorry, like, I'm so, like, really, like, what? And, like, we're like, it's not us you should feel sorry for, really. It's her. Like, imagine how fucking miserable she is. But then, anyway, like, so I guess we're about halfway through the trip. Like, this is probably about a 10-day trip, probably about 5 days into it. Fucking, one night, in the middle of the night, like, we're all just, like, in there, like, trying to go to sleep or something like that, and fucking, his mother just started, like, she's, like, so drunk, I don't even think she knows what she's saying, but she's just, like, screaming at my boyfriend at the time. I'm gonna call him Brian. And fucking, she's just screaming at Brian, being like, you ruined my life, like, all you do is fuck up, like, all you do is ruin my life, like, you don't know anything for me, blah, 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 like, but, like, at the top of his, like, that was so mild, like, she's like, fuck you, like, Brian, like, you're not doing shit, like, blah, 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 and I'm, like, holding him, like, I'm so sorry, like, like, whispering to him, just, like, it's not your fault, I know it's not your fault, like, obviously it's not your fault, you're just a kid, like, you shouldn't have to be parenting, you shouldn't be responsible for parenting your own mother, like, it was, I don't know, it was heartbreaking. Anyway, and I think this is actually probably the same night. Like, we were, like, having sex, and he, like, kind of pulls me close, and he, like, goes to me, he's like, Devin, if we stay together, will you have my babies? And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, no, I will fucking not have your babies. Like, no. Anyway, so that, like, weirds me out. I'm like, I'm probably not gonna be able to stay with this guy. Like, this got weird. And he was already too young for me anyway. Like, he was really tall, so he, like, looked kind of older. Like, it didn't look weird, like, physically or whatever, but, like, nah, that shit was weird. Like, no. I'm fucking 21. Like, no, I'm not gonna have your fucking babies. Like, or any, no. Just no. I'm not sticking myself in this shit forever. Anyway, so, fucking, I don't know, like, the rest, like, I guess I kind of skipped towards the end now. Like, that kind of shit was going on the entire time. She was just, like, belligerent, pissing herself, shitting herself, like, I don't know what else, like, just going missing all the time. I'm like, we were just trying to have fun. Like, we just, like, played in the freaking pools and, like, I don't know, complimented hot chicks all the time and shit like that. Anyway, fucking, so, this is actually the real fucking shit story. Anyway, so the day comes when we're supposed to check out. And, like, you have to check out at, like, 11 o'clock in the morning at, like, most resorts and things like that, like, so we get up, and this bitch is gone. Like, she is not, like, we're like, it's, like, probably, like, 10 or something like that. Like, we have to check out in an hour, and we're like, fuck, like, what do we do? Like, what the fuck do we do? Anyway, fucking, we rip apart this resort is giant. Like I said, there's a fucking zoo in it, there's a mall in it, there's a fucking pool resort thing in it, like, there's a million stretches of beach, like, this place is huge. So we're, like, tearing apart, like, asking everyone we can see, like, if you've seen this lady, like, she's really distinctive looking, she's got long fucking blonde hair and blah blah, whatever. And, like, most people are like, no, I'm sorry, like, but I hope you find your mom or whatever. And then, but we go to the liquor store, and we're like, have you seen this lady? And she's like, yeah, we saw that lady, like, probably, like, 8:30 in the fucking morning or something like that. And then she brought a handle, and I'm like, this bitch could be anywhere, like, fuck. So we're, like, staring apart. We go back to the room, like, multiple times. We're, like, asking all the restaurants, everywhere, just, like, have you seen her? Like, have you seen her? Like, we need to find her, like, fuck. And, like, eventually, after, like, the third or fourth time we go back to the room, bitch is there, passed the fuck out. She's, like, face down, like, on the fucking bed, like, dead. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Because, like, this lady had to fucking, like, check out, like, you know, like, we needed her to check out, like, she had, like, we had her ID, her fucking credit card, like, she's the one paying for it, like, she has to check out, like, and already, like, the freaking timeshare meeting that I mentioned, like, Brian, or whatever, had to fucking go and do the timeshare meeting for him, just, like, pretend like it's, like, I don't know, some shit, or whatever, but, like, he, like, finagled it and, like, went, so that it counted towards the credit for it. Obviously, he, like, was like, no, I don't want timeshare, but, like, whatever, I did it. So, anyway, fucking, we go to check, and, like, she's too belligerent to even talk. Like, she's just, like, screaming. All she's screaming is just, like, I want a fucking Bloody Mary! Like, I want a fucking Bloody Mary! So all she will say. She's just fucking screaming at the top of her motherfucking lungs. Like, just screaming this shit. And anyway, so, like, fucking, we're like, you can't have Bloody Mary. Like, we need to check out. And, like, eventually, I lure her out of the fucking hotel. Like, I go find a taxi or whatever that's willing to take us to the airport. And I lure her out by being like, this guy's gonna go take us to Bloody Mary's. Like, you know, he's gonna take us, like, the Bloody Marys. And then even throughout the rest of the time, like, whenever she was too drunk to serve, like, I had a fake ID at the time, but it was really bad. Like, it was, like, misspelled. I never used it. And she would, like, try to, like, yell at me and, like, force me and, like, try to force Brian to, like, make me use my fake. And, like, no, like, they're not gonna fucking accept that. It looks like shit. Like, it's like child's play. Anyway, like, we fucking lure her out of the airport or whatever by being like, we'll bring you to Bloody Mary. Somehow, Brian was able to, like, take her credit card and her ID and check in and check out without them ever seeing this lady. Like, we could have committed some, like, straight up grand larceny with this shit. Like, I shit you fucking not. Like, they let us pay for, like, what? Like, I don't know, fucking thousand freaking dollars trip or whatever for, like, you know, without her ever being there. Like, we could have totally just fucking stole it. Like, what? Like, how? Like, I don't know. Like, are you just trying to see, like, be like, maybe the charge will go through? Like, I don't fucking know. Like, why would you let us do that? Like, you're crazy. But anyway, like, we get to the airport or whatever. Like, she's like, she, like, that, like I said, she affects that, like, you know, like, trying not to be drunk accent or whatever, like, when she's talking to people. I'm fucking, so she starts, like, talking to the fucking taxi driver. She's like, oh, how do you like living in Hawaii? Is Hawaii very nice to live in? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know why I'm, like, giving her, like, a foreign accent, like, but, like, still, like, anyway, like, okay, and she's like, oh, yes, we are going to airport to go home to California. I don't even fucking know. Anyway, so we get there. Oh, my God. And somehow, I guess this bitch just must have, like, I don't know. She was already passed out by the time we were at the house, so probably she was just blackout drunk already. But, like, I feel so bad. Oh my God, this is actually, I think, number one most embarrassing moment of my entire life. So we get there, and, like, we have to wait. The airport's packed. Like, it's a tiny little airport. It's fucking packed. Hell lines. And all this lady's doing, she's, like, standing in the line with us, but she's fucking screaming the top. I don't even know. It's, like, just, like, fucking gibberish. She's just, like, screaming the top of her lungs. Like, what is going on here? Like, I don't even know. Like, oh my God. So, like, you know, like, some, like, nice Texas family in their cheerleader outfit, you know, pom-poms and little bitches, like, 6 years old with fucking cake face makeup. Anyway, like, this, like, fat fucking Texas family with their little fucking cheerleader girl tries to kind of say something nice to us. I don't think they really noticed her at first. Like, they were just like, oh, such a line today, you know, like, fuck, like, and then, like, the lady's just like, fuck, like, screaming in these, like, and then she was like, and, like, obviously everybody else noticed, but I think that they all just thought that she was retarded, thankfully. Like, not, that's bad, but, like, I'm pretty sure that all of them just thought that she was, like, incredibly mentally ill, like, had some really mental problems going on or whatever. But so we get through security somehow. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they just thought she was retarded. Like, she was screaming at the top of her lungs. Like, they were just, and, like, we're just, like, kind of sitting there being like, and I think everyone just, like, feels bad for us because they tell that we're just, like, taking care of them or what, or, like, her or whatever, and, like, it just felt really bad. Anyway, so, like, they kind of let us go through, and then we have, like, a long, like, we had, like, our flight was probably, like, 4, and we checked out at fucking 11, so, like, we had, like, 5 hours in between to, like, kind of, like, satiate this bitch. And anyway, like, she was so fucked up, obviously, like, nobody would serve her. Like, she, like, kind of tried to, like, rage into the bar, and we're like, give me a fucking double Bloody Mary! And they're like, Peach, no, like, you had enough, like, no. And fucking, so, like, she, like, eventually, I guess she gives up because no one will serve her. So she passes out, like, in one of the little side area thingy. It wasn't exactly, like, not a terminal, but you know, the things with the numbers. Anyway, it wasn't exactly one of those. It was just, like, one of those little waiting areas or whatever. And she, like, passes out. She's, like, sitting down. At one point, like, a security person passes by us and, like, glares at us really hard. And we're like, fuck, are we fucked? Like, I'm so afraid this entire time that I'm just gonna get kicked out of this airport and not be able to go home. Like, I'm terrified. And fucking, so she passes out. She wakes up probably like not even an hour later, maybe like 40 minutes later. And there's another girl, like probably about my age, like maybe a little older than me, probably about 25 or so, sitting just like, you know, minding her own, like even like not even on her phone, just like freaking minding her own business. And this fucking woman fucking looks up at her and goes, "What are you doing in my room? Get the fuck out of my room!" And it's just like screaming at this poor little girl, like being like, "Get the fuck out of my room, get the fuck out." And like, we had to be like, "Lady, like calm down, like it's not your room, like you're in an airport, you have to be used to like people being there, like there's gonna be strangers here and you need to accept that." Like, we're like, fuck, like, I don't know. And I like buy her some food. I don't even think she eats it or something like that. Like, I have no idea how we fucking got her on this flight. Like, I have no idea how they let her on this flight. Like, but then they, and like, I think, we're not even, oh, I think, yeah, we totally did have a transfer. We had a transfer in LA, and we had to go fly from Hawaii to LA to fucking San Francisco. So we had to transfer one more time. We're just like, fuck. And I think, like, in the middle of it, like, I kept having to leave, like, when we had that 5-hour layover or whatever, like, being like, or like the 5 hours waiting for our flight to go. Fucking, I kept having to leave and be like, calm down, because I'm like, I'm humiliated. Like, I'm like, I'm just so embarrassed. You know, I feel so bad for all these, like, fucking strangers and shit. Like, you know, I feel so bad. But fucking anyway, like, we get on the flight. I guess, like, she just, like, like, she talks to all her fucking teammates like a fucking asshole. You know, I hate it when people do that. But, like, you know, like, she's just, like, affecting that accent. Like, "Oh, where are you going? You seeing your children? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck?" And anyway, I had, like, called my mom at one point, and I was like, she's been drunk and, like, on drugs this entire time. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm fucking terrified. Like, what the fuck, you know? And my mom's just like, "You know what? I'm like, forget the airport. Like, I'm gonna pick you up. Like, I'm gonna pick you up." And I'm like, I can't even be with, like, I'm like, just gonna go. Like, they can go take the airport, or, like, I'm so done with this. Like, I'm so fucking done. And, like, and then obviously, like, I was, like, on my flight or whatever, and, like, I, like, told my boyfriend, I don't even think we were sitting together or anything, but, like, I, like, told my boyfriend, be like, "Mom, I was gonna pick me up, but, like, I can't deal with this anymore. Like, this is so beyond me. Like, I cannot do this." And fucking, at one point, I think, like, we were going through, and, like, I just thought he was so fucking sad. Like, who wouldn't be sad? Like, that's fucking heartbreaking. That's your mother and shit, and, like, you know, it's fucking just heartbreaking and shit. Like, and then fucking, so, like, I'd, like, tell him, I'm like, "You know what, like, just come with me, like, whatever, like, I'm not gonna, like, just, like, fucking have, you know, my mother pick me up, and then, like, have you fucking have to deal with all this, like, and, you know, deal with it in a crowded bus full of people, like, that's just not, it's not right, I'm not gonna do that to you." And fucking, so, like, we get there, and, like, I guess my mom picks us up, and, like, she knows, or, like, I had, like, told her on the phone, like, really, like, cry, just, like, "Ah, like, what the fuck?" And fucking, yeah, like, I like how this fucking computer has just moved all over. I'm sorry, I'm shooting this on photo booth. Like, I need to get my shit together. I know. But anyway, fucking, actually, this frame is kind of nicer, actually. But anyway, fucking, so my mom picks her up, like, and, you know, she had known, but she's just, like, kind of, like, East. And, like, I don't know, maybe I think she had met the lady before, but, like, she was, like, kind of weird. Like, one time she, like, came into her house, or, like, something like, I don't know. Lady was weird. Anyway, fucking, so, like, she just, like, affects the fucking accent the way I'm like, "Oh, this is such a delight. We love her so much. Oh, she's so perfect." And, like, mom just come like, "Bitch." Like, what? And then fucking, finally, yeah, like, we, like, get, like, my mom drives her or whatever back to their house. They, like, live on the top of a fucking mountain, which is especially dangerous for her freaking hoarding a ton of alcohol, because then she tries to drive down fucking mountain all the time. Anyway, that's a whole nother story time. But, like, yeah, fucking, I guess that's about it. We got home, and she fucking passed out in her bed for the next 3 days. She just probably drank all the vodka that she had stored there before the trips even started. And, yep. So, I'm sorry this frame has moved around all the time, but that's my fucking story time of the worst vacation fucking ever. Like, I'm pretty sure that one takes the cake. Like, I'll see people, like, do, like, story times, their worst vacation ever, and they'll be like, "Oh, security took them a long time, and they, like, wanted me." Like, fuck, that's an airport. Like, lady, no. Like, anyway, so, yeah, that's my story time. So subscribe. I'm gonna do my best to make more YouTube videos. It was my New Year's resolution. I know it's the 15th of January, and this is really my first one. I mean, I have another one, but it's like a shit-ass video. I just, like, took it when I was really excited to get a bunch of expensive shit. But, like, anyway, my goal is to kind of do some more. I've got a lot of crazy stories like this. Like, a lot. So many. So, yeah, stay tuned. Subscribe. Sorry if that was a little much. Have a good day.